I want to talk about going on retreat and why one might do that, why I do that. I want to share why I go on retreat. For me, it's something that I prioritize and genuinely look forward to. And I do a couple things. So I go on organized retreats where I just need to get myself there and then I can relax and fully be and go into the experience with everything taken care of, and then I also retreat by myself, usually shorter, maybe a day or a weekend. But the point is to prioritize myself and to really know myself, to check in with myself. Where are we at? How are things going? What am I doing here? Like, really, what am I doing here? And how am I being here? So I go on retreat to be with myself, to check in on my journey and who I am becoming, what I am creating through me, and it's really special. I mean, what are we doing here? Like, what is this experience that we're all having? It's this life. I want to actively participate in that. I want to know what's possible with that. I want to know who I am as one unique expression of that. So that's one of the reasons that I go on retreat. And for me, I associate retreat with leaving my familiar day-to-day environment. So leaving responsibilities or habits and routines, even the good ones, like maybe I'll be able to do them on retreat, maybe not, but the idea is to just go into a whole new experience and to purposely just let go of what's familiar and what I know, and helps me to feel it, and again check in with what I'm doing that really supports me, what I'm doing maybe unconsciously or because I'm attached to it, or because I should feel like I should be doing it. So I really like to leave my familiar space, not as a form of escape, not as a getting away from something, but more as a coming to something. So coming to a space where I can be fully present. And on retreat, I find that with my attention and everything around me supporting that, me being present with myself, I can't really hide there. So it's definitely not an escape from, it's a coming to. So coming to myself. And so with the familiar environment and responsibilities and all of that aside, I can go deep within. And so there's another part to that, is that by leaving the familiar, I'm opening to the unknown, which can be very exciting. It can be scary. It can be many things for me personally, and I imagine others. But I find there's a lot of value in opening to the unknown, to seeing what I'm afraid of and understanding the beliefs that are underneath that, or the thoughts and the patterns in my life that are supporting that and likely to create more of that fear. So that's really good to know. And going into the unknown can also open me up to fresh perspective. So what is new? What is possible that's just been beyond what I've known? So it's just at the edge of my imagination, so I didn't even consider it. So going into the unknown, it can be so many different things. Anything, from a fear or a resistance to a excited opportunity to create, to be in awe and wonder and imagination and play, and so all of these things. So I like to intentionally grow, and for me that's what that is. Like, in growing, you are you and you are engaged in this process of becoming, of newness, of creation. So I love that about retreat. Then there is the journey itself. So one of the cool things about retreat is that as soon as I make the commitment to go, for me, it starts. So it starts right then. And all of the preparation, I'm starting to become more aware. I'm starting to call up my intentions. Why am I going? What am I wanting to experience or open up to? What am I noticing about myself that is, loosening up or stirring up, or taking this opening, this opportunity that I've created to come up? And that could look like a number of different things, but so when I make the commitment, the journey starts, and I start to set my intention. I start to notice and experience synchronicities. I start to become more aware of what I want to take a look at, what wants me to take a look at it in my life. And then you have the space itself, like a space to be held, a space where I can really be present to the practices, the people, the space, but really most of all to be present to me, to my journey, my life, to all that is, to life, to consciousness, to everything, to all that is. So when I'm not, focused here, focused there, got to do this, got to do that, got to be here, got to go there, I'm just have this peace, this space, and to be really present and to receive that alone is such a gift, to breathe and to just be aware that I'm breathing and to be with life. So there's this, beautiful space, and either I'm learning something new, whatever experience I'm going to have is always new and unique because it is, this space and this time with these people and these practices and who I am in that moment. And so there's whatever it is that we're going to be doing that I'm experiencing and learning from. And then, if I'm going to do practices that I'm already familiar with, then it's a new opportunity for that, to check in. Where am I? How is my meditation practice? Let me remember why I do this and why I come to these practices, and to experience the potent energy of many people coming together with a shared intention to prioritize being and presence and transformation. And so of course we can do this by ourselves, and that can be profoundly powerful. Checking to see if I'm being redundant. I don't know. It's so powerful, and solitude can be powerful too. But when we come together in like a shared intention and space, not only can that be felt amongst us as a group and within us individually, but then we also get to witness each other and have that whole experience. But I'm getting a little ahead. So the other part I want to talk about is just the after, in our journey of preparing and arriving and being there. Then we have the space after, which is probably over here on the camera if we're doing things linear, because it's like this mirror reflection, but whatever. For me, it's over here, the after, where I am remembering and reflecting and applying and practicing. So I have the reference point in my consciousness. I have the reference point in my body of all that I have experienced there. And now I get to take it into my life and remember it there and be it there and continue to become, my next highest potential, the next version of myself. And I love integration. That is where so much transformation happens for me. But it's all connected. So I wouldn't have, I don't think, the type of transformation that I have in the applying and the practicing and the integrating, if I didn't have these like peak experiences that just take me to a whole new place, a whole new frequency, and then having that experience and choosing to let it not stand alone as an experience, but really be integrated into my life. That's like combined, all of it connected and weaving together is the beauty and the richness and the fullness that I love to experience. And to me, that is life. So if I just continued in my day-to-day, who knows if I would, have a thought or have an experience and choose to do anything with it. But when I choose to go on retreat, there is this journey that's created with this space at the center of it, where I get to come to be centered and to remember who I am and what I'm doing here. And so it's the preparation, the journey, the space, the after, the journey after. That is just so beautiful. And I love it. I want to go on a retreat right now. So the other thing I want to talk about is the connection, the people, the relationships. So this is so important because there is so much work we can do ourselves, and only we can truly know ourselves and what's going on inside in our world. And at the same time, there are parts of us that we just don't see, or they're harder to see without changing perspective. And one thing that helps with that is witnessing other people share their journeys, share themselves, and maybe they point out something or ask you a question to know you that helps reveal something to you that you hadn't seen before. Or maybe you're witnessing their sharing, and in that you can see what they can't see, and that helps you shift perspective on yourself. Or maybe they share something that you can really relate to. It really reflects something back to you. And so you get to have this experience of, wow, like that is a whole new opening for me. And we're relational beings, we are communal beings. Like community is a really beautiful thing. And so by being on retreat with others, if that happens to be the kind of retreat you're on, I'm really wanting to try one of those dark retreats. And there's types of retreats you might do by yourself and in solitude. But if you're on a retreat with other people, you get the opportunity to witness, to be seen, to be heard, to be appreciated, and to see and to hear and to appreciate and understand and seek to understand another. And you can't do that without understanding yourself further too, even if that's not your goal. If the goal is to just be present to what is unfolding, you're going to have this experience. And so by going on retreat, you do come out knowing yourself more. You come out having been changed, having gone through a transformation. You have these new experiences that are part of who you are and who you're becoming. So you come out different. And, of course, we can only give what we have. And so then you also get to, share that just by being this new version, this new upgraded version of yourself. You get to give that. You get to be that frequency out in the world. So, some of my closest relationships are with people who I've met on retreat, because you just have these deep experiences. And what I have found is that people really are longing for or love the opportunity to connect on these deeper levels about life itself, not all of the to-do lists or but really being a human being, and talking and connecting on life itself. And so that is another opportunity that retreat gives us. And for me, I suppose you could retreat anywhere, especially if you're really going within. but I tend to go to beautiful places. I love to retreat in beautiful places, and often retreats are in really beautiful places because it really helps hold a certain feeling, a certain essence and space for supporting, those who are on retreat. And oftentimes there's natural beauty, and there's so much wisdom in nature just being the best version of itself. Nature is, growth in total presence, and ecosystem working together in total presence. So I love to go to beautiful places, and it helps remind me of who I am, my own true nature, and the possibilities for who I'm becoming. So I am hosting a retreat in Portugal in November. It's November 13th through 18th, and it is called Live Your True Nature, and we'll touch on all of these things that I mentioned as my intention to really create and hold a space for those who come to really go deep within for an inner knowingness wherever you are on your journey to really connect with your deepest self and to share and connect with others. And it's this beautiful retreat center. We'll be doing all sorts of practices like meditation and breath work to really take us deep within and to take us exploring, transcendental possibilities. And we'll be using movement and sound and journaling to have a really embodied experience and expression of what's coming up and through. There's beautiful food that is organic and seasonal, local, lots of different accommodation options and pricing options to go along with that. So Portugal is just this gorgeous country that I have quickly fallen in love with, and I would love to invite you on retreat with me there. Let me know if you have any questions, and check out the link for more information and for pictures and to register. Thanks so much. Bye.